I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that this game went the way it went. First of all, shout out to the guys. This was grown man basketball. It felt like the first round of the playoffs. It was grown man in your face, toe to toe basketball. This is this was on culture for our interactions with the Denver Nuggets. For those of you, if you've been watching the Raptors for the last few years, this is exactly what you would expect. If the game is close going into the fourth, if we have any type of leader, any type of dominance, and we're applying pressure to the Denver Nuggets, something foul is going to happen every time. Joker is definitely going to throw elbows, just like Joel Embiid does. They're going to do dirty shit. I was expecting it. I'm at work. I'm on pins and needles because I know it can go either way. Either we're going to win this game handsomely, or we might lose a player to injury. I knew one of those two were going to happen because I knew we were going to apply pressure because we don't have we got guys who don't really like losing. Our young players don't like losing. They don't understand it. Like I said in my last video, they're coming from winning coaches in college. They're not understanding. They don't like losing. So the hunger for as far as the bench is concerned, the young players who don't understand the NBA ethos in the ecosystem, they're coming in like, we can't lose again. And then we get RJ back, the first game back for RJ. I was looking for something, I was expecting us to apply pressure. But what I saw when I got home on the replay, it made me feel so much, it made me feel more joy for the effort and the fact that we were able to take them to the deep end of the pool. Their hopes and their dreams of this season, if they lose this game, everybody loses belief in them. And that's what they're banking on. They need the belief of the system behind them. They need the referees in pocket. They need the NBA machine as far as media and the people who speak about the game to keep them in a positive light. Because you know how it goes. When you cold pizza, it's over. Just off of popular opinion. And I don't think any of the players in Denver are strong enough to deal with people completely doubting them and writing them off completely. They don't have a bench. And everybody in the West and damn near everybody in the East has a strong top five and a weaker bench coming in, a horrible bench coming in. It's only a few teams that really have a strong bench. Denver isn't one of those teams with a bench. Russell Westbrook is not the answer. We came out there and was giving them hell. Toe to toe. We weren't shooting threes. We were in the paint. We had 74 points in the paint. Proving that they have no rim protection. You can have a two-time MVP and he can't do shit. Jakob Poeltl had 16 and 19. Scottie almost had a triple-double before he was knocked out of the game. I thought personally, if anybody was going to get hurt and not make it through the game, I thought it would be Jakob Poeltl. Because he's the one that's guarding Joker. Joker tends to hit people with elbows, especially in close games. Against us, he tends to hit guys with elbows and get away with it. It's been like that the past few years. Especially playing in Toronto. They allow him, the referees don't call shit. Definitely in Denver, he's going to get away with it. But by then, the game is pretty much under control. They have the game under control, so he don't have to do it. But in Toronto, they have a problem playing against us at home. It's been that way the past few years. And when the game is close, something funky happens. We couldn't close the game without Scottie. We couldn't. Magnificent game. Magnificent. It was an easy triple-double for him. That was, to see him stand tall, inside, outside game against Denver has a certain physicality to them. They have championship experience. They're still, from an information standpoint and ability standpoint, their starting five can carry a team, but so far. They need a bench to go to the finals. Everything about them is going back to the finals, or at least having another finals appearance. They don't have a bench for it. Their starting five, magnificent. They know how to play. They know how to win. We gave them we gave them that work. Joker had 40 and 10. Played 40. When the last time Joker played 44 minutes? He plays 44 minutes when it means something. That game meant something. They were winless. They were desperate. This is a winless, desperate championship team with two-time MVP Jamal Murray and a starting five that's they already in pocket. They could play with each other with their eyes closed, basically blindfolded. We get in our infancy stage. We're in the infancy stage of an infancy stage and gave them that type of work straight up. I can't ask for more than that. We applied straight up pressure. You couldn't tell us we were a young team with a young bench and a young coach and a young this and a young that. It don't matter. Basketball is basketball. We apply pressure. We cut back on the turnovers, like I said. We keep it under 16. We had 15 turnovers. And we got a good amount of points off of their turnovers. We won the 3-point shootout. The bench had 37 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. A great effort from them. We won the rebounding battle. 74 points in the paint with Joker having a magnificent game. And everybody on their team played well. I don't want to hear nothing. Their starting five, that strong-ass starting five, they played well. They played well enough to beat most teams. We took them into overtime, and it came down to a R.J. Barrett hero shot. Me personally, I would have loved for him to go to the basket. Or at least pull up someplace closer to the basket, use the backboard, whatever. It's his first game. It's his first game of the season. Listen, and he had 20 on 24 shots, super aggressive. We need him to be the soldier that he is. He wouldn't be RJ if he didn't take that shot. And I know people are like, why'd he take the three? Why he ain't just go to the basket? I've taken that shot from the same spot with the clock ticking. Mine fortunately went in. The 2 times I had to take threes to tie or win the game that I remember. Cash Money Records. For him, it's probably, he's 6'7". Pulling up from there is like me pulling up below the 3-point line. Easy money. It's not like us. See, when we say that's a bad shot, that's if we would have took it. If we were at 5'6" and 5'7" at 6'1", yeah. But if we're 6'7", that's a regular shot from there. That's all right. Take it. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, we got a chance to tip in, which is one of the reasons why I would have took that shot too. Because at least we get a chance. We're cutting the time. I'm not going to the basket, crowding the paint. Pulling up, we miss. We don't have Scottie to tip it in, but we could have someone else tip it in. And we had 2 guys almost tip it in. And we would have won the double OT. But if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, right? I just love how we played. We can only get better. Like, we understand what this season is. We want to win as much as possible. All of us do. But it's a process. There's a lot that guys don't know. There's a lot that guys don't understand. There's a lot of growing up to do. You got guys who've never played in the NBA before in these pressurized situations, fresh out of college. They don't get no warm up like some rookies do. You warm up into it over the course of seasons. It's like, you got the 2-time MVP, the champs, get to work. And they're stepping to it and they're handling business. I can't ask for anything more. We don't have to be perfect. We got to keep applying pressure. That's it. We're going to get better. And better and better. And then the expectations. And then the new reality can form. And then we can have these the definitive notion of we should have won that game. I would love to come out and say this was a winnable game. It's easy to say. It was, in theory. You look at us up by 15, you look at us up by 12, you look at us really handling business and having control over this game. But this, you're playing against the champs. They've been here before, higher stakes. One, they're going to be allowed to get away with some funny shit. And two, every mistake we make, they're going to take advantage of. Every opportunity they get, they're going to take advantage of. So they're playing. Now that chess game that we feel as though we can deal with has become more pressurized. Now guys who aren't that great have to be damn near perfect against guys who can play an imperfect game but know how to take advantage of opportunities in the same situation. We're competing against that experience versus us having to walk that tightrope and being perfect, the perfect version of ourselves, just to stay in tow with them. And they don't have the same level of pressure because they've been there before. And they know how to execute. It's tough. Sometimes when you're a young team and you have that type of lead, it's tough to close the door on the veteran team. Because they're not going to go away. They're going to score one possession at a time. They're going to take it one step at a time. They understand how much time they have, and they put all their efforts into one possession at a time. You can be overwhelmed as the momentum shifts. You have to get used to that. It's different at the NBA level. You know what I'm saying? It's a different pressure because there's a lot at stake. You know what I mean? But I love what we did. We made sure we made them feel like a plate. That's it, nigga. You food. Every time we see you, it's a problem. Take that ring off. Take that crown off. Them MVPs don't mean shit. Who you think you are before you walk into here don't matter. Let's see who you are in this game. Let's see how much of an impact you have on this game. 40-10 from Joker wasn't enough. They had to go into overtime and pray that RJ don't hit that three. We could still probably be playing right now, 6 overtime. And other teams are watching that game like, niggas is soft. They soft. That Denver dominance and that feeling that you got whenever you heard about the Nuggets and their style of play and their starting five and what they can do against you is over with. They don't have the psychological edge anymore. They have to actually go out there and work for their wins. Back in the day, 50% of their wins was you were intimidated. 2-time MVP, you got Jamal, you got all these guys that can play off a passing center, the first point center ever. That's over with. They got to win. They got to work now. They're 1-3. 1-3. Don't nobody care about Denver. They got to prove themselves damn near all over again. The Western Conference is being led by the Suns and the Lakers, ironically. And everybody else is battling. I'm going to tell you right now, I like how we're making progress. I can't ask for more than that. You apply pressure and give us good quality production, we're going to continue to get better. We're going to continue. And as things, and I told y'all, there's going to be a transition in the NBA very soon. I've been saying this for years. Those old players are going to be gone. We stay the course, we'll be right in pocket to dominate everything that's left. LeBron can't play forever. Joker ain't going to play forever. Giannis is on his way going somewhere else. He's not going to stay in fucking with Milwaukee. They can't even muster up wins with fucking Dame and him scoring 30. It's over. At some point, it's just going to be us and the Knicks. And maybe Boston if they keep that system going. The Magic also. The Pacers are slipping away. Tyrese Halliburton isn't himself. Something is missing. But we keep maneuvering like this, we're going to get better. Regardless of what the record says, we're better than our record. We just lack the experience. We have the energy. We have the effort. Everybody can hoop. We just don't have that experience of winning and knowing how to win against different teams at the NBA level, where every situation and every opportunity is important, where guys are competing for their own reasons. You know what I mean? It's game to game with some guys. Teams, despite how teams play, they're not on the same page like people think. Some teams are on certain nights, but for the most part, everybody got their own life. Everybody got their own, you know what I mean, reasons for playing. They got their own theories on how they want to play and all the shit and how they want to work in what they've been working on to show that they have more value than they had the year before, to get paid more. Like everybody got different expectations and responsibilities because they all know if they achieve certain milestones, they get paid a certain amount of money individually. So that collective, that shit is divided because the price point is so ridiculous now. It's hard to have guys play their role because most guys who play their role, they don't get paid adequately. And everybody's trying to cash out as much as they can. So that team shit is really, it's not what we think it is. It's the illusion, it's the new approximation of what team is based off business and entertainment. When you watch the Raptors play, we don't have a fucking choice but to play together and to win together, or we will lose. We have to play together or we won't have a shot at all. We have to play off of each other. We have to pay attention to what's going on the court. We have to feed the hot hand. We have to cut to the basket and knowing Scottie is going to give us the rock. We know Yak is going to grab rebounds. We know O'Shea Abaji is athletic on the break. We know Jamal Shed is going to be a dog defensively, but he has to learn and adjust to the NBA speed of the best point guards in the world. We understand Davion Mitchell is in a contract situation. Bruce Brown got to go. We got Jonathan. We got Jameson. We got to work them in. We got the guys in the 905. We got a lot of options. We got a lot of building. We have a lot of potential, and we got a lot of work to do. So the wins and the losses are going to even out. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense to cry over spilled milk, but this was a winnable game. But when you're going up against a desperate, winless Denver team who is going to be allowed to do some foul shit like they have been allowed to do in the past, we don't have it in us. That's the only thing that bothered me. You know what? The only thing that bothered me is when Jamal Murray went to the basket, he wasn't knocked out. There was supposed to be a hard foul. If Scottie was in the game, that layup never happens because he's definitely going to catch it off the backboard. When Jamal Murray goes to the basket to tie the game up, he was supposed to shoot free throws. Dizzied in the motherfucker. He was supposed to get fouled hard. Not hurt him, but foul him hard. Hard enough to make that first free throw hard to make. You got to foul him. We didn't touch him. He went to the basket and he wasn't touched. As soon as he got a step on me, I'd have tripped him. I'd have fouled him. There's no way you're getting to the basket and finishing. And then when he goes to the basket again, he gets an and one on Jacoperto. Why don't you want to foul him? Foul him. You have to. They would foul us. In that same situation, they would definitely foul the shit out of any one of us. When games are close, teams, the veteran teams, they're going to look to hurt Scottie. They're going to look to hurt Yak. They're going to look to hurt RJ. They're going to look to hurt Quickly, and they're going to look to hurt Grady because they don't feel anybody else can beat them. If we miss any one of them players closing out a game, it's going to be that much more difficult. Without Scottie, we couldn't close that game out. And we expected Denver to fight back. At least I did. I knew Denver, if anything, come hell or high water, they're going to fight back. But they get allowed to do some shit that's just... He's going to throw elbows. He is. He's done that before against us and got away with it. He's going to do that. He's going to continue. Him, Joel Embiid, and all the other they're going to throw elbows in crunch time, looking to hit someone. Knowing they're in close quarters, they're going to throw the elbow on purpose. On purpose. If it wasn't Scottie, it was going to be Jacoperto. Jacoperto has 16 and 9. So for those of you who are like, yo, Jakob Poeltl got to go, he has 16 and 19. What more could we ask for? If we got Emmanuel Quickly, that game is over. With a 15-point lead, Emmanuel Quickly cannot be guarded by Jamal Murray. He's too quick. You add that speed to the situation, it becomes, all right, what are you going to do? We are learning how to win together with whatever approximation of a team we got to play with. We don't know who's going to be in or who's going to be out. We starting the season off injured or injury plagued. And guys are still stepping to it, handling their business, doing their job. That's what you want a ball player to do. His job. That's it. Don't give me no excuses. Just go and do the best job you could do. And we got guys and we got a bench. Everyone is doing their job. We can't ask for anything more. We out-rebounded them. We had more points in the paint. We had 54 rebounds and 74 points in the paint. We took 109 shots. We were aggressive. We were efficient enough. Of course, I would have loved to have hit more threes. But we still won the three-point shootout 10-9. Our bench still had a great performance. It wasn't, listen, they're averaging 51 points, 20 rebounds, and 13 assists at home. They had 37, 15, and 6. This is with they don't even have the experience to know how good that is. That's fire. For a young bench who've never played, they all just met each other. They ain't been playing with each other for years. They just fucking met each other. Like Tuesday. And they're performing together. We just got to continue to keep working. That's all. That's it. Just keep working. Keep working. The wins and losses, of course I want us to win 42 games. But I want us to do it the right way. I don't want us to skip any steps. I don't want anybody to leave any stones unturned. I want you to go through the process the right way because you're going to be a better player and we're going to be a better team for it. This was good work. This is grown. That's what grown man basketball looked like, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know that's what the 90s, that's what it was. That's grown man basketball. You lucky they ain't allow hand checking. That's grown man basketball. I enjoy watching it. What can we say, man? We got us a team. We got us a team. Win or lose, I'm riding with these dudes. We got us a team. There's nobody bigger than the team. Everybody's on the same page as far as being on this team and understanding that we need everybody to play. We need everybody to perform. It ain't no superstar that's like, yo, if you having an off night, I got you. We don't have that. You have an off night. You can't have an off night. You better keep working. All right, you can't score, but we need assists, we need rebounds, we need stops. We need you to keep working. You might not give us 20 points, but you can get us 20 points in assists and points in the paint. You can get a steal. You can still give us something that'll show up on the numbers. That'll make up for the lack of numbers. We got worker bees, man. I love it. I love it. I can't ask for more than that, man. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'm out of here. Peace.